What is up, guys? My name is Rob Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 72 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of February 15th, 2023. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at RobDFB. And if you want more content like this in the future, please hit the like and subscribe button because it really does help out a ton. And before we get into today's video, let's go over Tuesday's betting performance. And yet again, we were in the green on Tuesday, just continuing to rake money with college basketball, and we couldn't have any better than we do right now. That said, if any of y'all watched that DePaul game, I know you are sick to your stomach. The fact that even got into a first overtime was insane. Then how they handled the ball on the inbounds and the first overtime to send it to the second overtime was just gross. And then obviously Valpo lost by the hook in that Southern Illinois Valpo game. So a couple bad beats, but we still ended up in the green. I think that's just kind of speaking to how we're seeing the game right now, college basketball. That said, we have another great slate of games here on Wednesday, so let's jump right into this video. All right, for our first pick of the day, we are heading over to the Big Ten, where we have Northwestern taking on Indiana, and Northwestern just pulled off a major upset at home last time out against Purdue, and what was more impressive about that game is how they actually guarded Zach Edey down low. And in this one, I think they have the ability to limit Trayce Jackson-Davis as well. So let's take Northwestern here on the money line for 2 units for our first play of the day. For our second bet of the day, we are heading over to the A10, where we have VCU taking on Rhode Island. And Rhode Island just has the makings of being one of those bracket-busting kind of teams come conference tournament action. And at home, they've been playing really well. So let's take the 7.5 points with Rhode Island for 2 units for our second play of the day. For pick number 3, we are heading out to the Mountain West, where we have Colorado State taking on Boise State, and Colorado State has been good to us all season long, and as we near conference tournament action, this is the type of team you want to be betting on. So let's take Colorado State here at home, getting the 3 points for 2 units, and for an extra unit, let's sprinkle the money line here as well. For pick number 4, we are heading over to the AEC, where we have Bryant taking on UMass Lowell, and one of my favorite mid-major matchups on the day. And Bryant got stomped by Lowell a few weeks back, but I think that's kind of served as a wake-up call for Bryant's season because they've been playing really well ever since, and they are loaded with talent, and we know that just from the transfers they brought in and the talent they already had on the roster. So let's take Bryant here, laying the 2.5 points at home in a revenge spot for 3 units for our third pick of the day. For pick number 5, we are heading over to the Big East, where we have Marquette taking on Xavier, and this Xavier team has looked much less imposing without Zach Freemantle in their lineup, and now they are running into one of the best 8 teams in the country, in my opinion, in Marquette, and I think this is just too tough of a spot for the Musketeers. So let's lay the 5.5 points with Marquette for 4 units for our 5th play of the day. For pick number 6, we are heading down to the Big 12, where we have Iowa State taking on TCU, and Hilton is just one of those venues that makes life hell on opponents, especially teams that are coming in hobbled like TCU. I mean, they're going to be without Mike Miles in this game. Eddie Lampkin has been battling a back issue. This is just a tough spot for TCU to win, so let's lay the 4 points with Iowa State for 4 units for our 6th pick of the day. All right, for our final pick of the day, we are heading down to the SEC, where we have Tennessee taking on Alabama in the game of the night. And although I haven't been a believer in Tennessee much of this season, this is still a game where I think they can really bounce back at home in Knoxville against a team in Alabama who really has struggled to shoot the 3-ball well on the road. And this is the ultimate playoff spot with Alabama being the number 1 team in the country. So give me the Vols here, laying the 2.5 points for 5 units for our final pick of the day. All that being said, I want to thank all of you for checking out today's video. And if you want to show some love, head on over to Twitter and drop a follow at RobDFB. And if you also want to drop a like in this video, subscribe to the channel and comment down below. Always appreciate that as well. And with all that being said, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.